Hey there, Horik. It's a Game Changer here. So I'm just going to be looking at your base today. Finally got a chance to have a little scanny through. I've got a colleague helping you as well. So Hezi is going to be look at your troops and what to upgrade. I'm going to obviously help you with the defense side of things. So the thing we need to watch out for, that 29%, if you don't mind me saying, is quite low. So let's see what's happening and see what we can improve. I'm sure there'll be a few things we might be able to spot for you. Okay, so first observation, I'm attacking you. Well, I'm not going to attack you. I'm looking at you through an alternative account, so I can see your base setup. The positives are your spawn zones are very far out. That does suggest that you're pushing people right to the edge of the map, which is good. So it'll give you a chance to get your tanks out, and it'll give you a chance to get your troops out and helicopters up and things along that sort of line. But just an observation, your base is bloody massive. I mean, if I were to attack this turret here, the Peacemaker's not going to pick us up. I mean, I'm going to be attacking from behind that wall. If I attack that machine gun, if I attack the war factory, there's not really going to be much that picks up. Now, I'm going to be using, when I attack, I'm going to be using things like M270. I'm going to be using the new HIMARS, the GMLRS, and a lot of these will outrange machine guns. A lot of these will outrange rail guns, so you'll be able to take those out quite easily. But if you look at your spawn zone there, now if I spawn my tank on that, pretty much where that tree is there, and move it about an inch forward to that oil tank, I'll actually be underneath the Peacemaker. I mean, if you look at the Peacemaker coverage there, you're hitting things outside the spawn zone really. So the first thing I would look at on a base is how can I get rid of the war factory, because that's got tanks in it, and how can I get rid of any sort of Peacemaker, and then heavy cannon. I mean, the heavy cannon is obviously got good coverage, but again, I can outrange it. So what you need to do is you need to make this base much smaller. All these buildings that you've got inside, such as the metal reserves there, the metal factories, the airports, the power plant, all those buildings need to be on the outside and reduce the overall size of the base. So that it's much smaller, and that'll bring your turrets closer together, because what you want is you really want that probably somewhere in the middle, so it's covering the best amount. I mean, if you take your barracks here, I mean, if I spawn somewhere here with a long range, I could probably take out your barracks for and not be hit by anything. Yes, you got a couple of mines there, so that's the right sort of thinking. I could probably take the war factory here from behind this little hill, which again you've got a mine there. So you are thinking about it, but I think overall your base is just too big. So what I'm going to suggest that you look at is reduce the overall size of your base, have your walls brought in a bit, get the non-essential buildings outside your base. The non-essentials are war factory, are your CC, your airport, to some degree your helipad, and certainly your power plant, and then just bring the base really much tighter, and then you should find that will be a bit more successful. Remember that video I sent you regarding other people's bases and things along that sort of line. So I've got you with around about 27% defense, and I've got Capcom at about 70%, and the biggest single factor is his base is much smaller, and he's also mindful of where he puts his turrets. So thing to watch out for with railguns is most things outrange them, so certainly M270s do. So the fact you've got two railguns on this side here means that I could pretty much get at you from this side. The only thing protecting you really is that turret, but chances are I'd probably spawn here and take that turret out straight away, take out the machine gun, then I'm going to be in at this side here, and there's nothing on this side that's going to pick me up. So again, have a think about this smaller base format, and you should find that that'll serve you well.